Hello, I am Adeniji Mafo and welcome to today's Wisdom Wednesday, where I'll be sharing some information and tips on how you can improve your baked product. Today I'll be shining the spotlight on cakes and talking about cake shelf life. You could check in our Baker Academy, there is more information through a course called Cake Shelf Life Extension. And this provides more information on ways you can improve your cake's shelf life. But for today, I am just highlighting a few points. So let's dive right in. When we talk about cake shelf life extension or cake shelf life, we are really looking at efforts that could be put in place to see how cake maintains its quality over a period of time. You're looking at its form, its texture, its taste, and its flavor being maintained for as long as you desire it to be. So some of the factors that can improve your cake shelf life are sanitation. Sanitation first for me, because this is very necessary. If sanitation is not practiced properly, it could introduce microorganisms. And once they are contaminants, it results in deterioration of your cakes. And cakes provide a suitable environment for these organisms to grow with moisture, and even depending on your environment, the weather condition, it will provide a suitable environment for these organisms to thrive. So it's necessary you pay attention to your sanitary practices, particularly after baking, because during the process of baking, killing takes place. And most microorganisms cannot withstand the temperature during baking, which is about 180 degrees Celsius on the average. So most contamination takes place after, during the process of decorating or handling for packaging. So it's necessary to be well kitted, hands are properly washed, the air is filtered. If there has been an outbreak of mold in the bakery, it's necessary you sterilize and clean up all working areas to avoid further contamination. The next point is water activity. Water activity really shows the activity of water in the process, and this can be measured through a water activity meter. For cakes, generally, the water activity is about 0.8, but this still provides an environment for these organisms to thrive. So you will want to reduce your water activity to about 0.6. This could be done with sugar being added to your mixture, and it's necessary to follow a particular recipe. The course in the Baker Academy provides more information about this, so you really want to check that out. The next point is oxidation. Oxidation is a reaction that occurs and is as a result of release of reactive oxygen precursors or free radicals. And once this takes place, especially lipid oxidation, it results in loss of flavor and even produces odor. So it's characterized by releasing of a foul smell or an unpleasant smell. So you really want to avoid it. Some antioxidants can be used as this prevents oxidation. The next point is your ingredients. Ingredients are very necessary because they make up the composition of your mixture. So you want to use quality and good ingredients too. And the proportion of ingredients should always correlate with the recipe you are using. Sugar is a very vital ingredient in cake baking because it serves as a preservative in helping water activity and also in the texture, because when sugar and your fats are mixed together, it provides a better texture to your cake. You will notice that cakes that have a higher percentage of sugar last longer than those with a lower percentage of sugar. Another point to really note is your volume. Volume is very necessary. Before I get into the volume, I also want to say that emulsifiers under your ingredients could be used to maintain the texture of your cake, but it's necessary to really understand this and know who your market is, because some people do not agree with this and have their reservations. But it's necessary to check this out and know that it's possible to use emulsifiers depending on what you offer. Okay, back to volume. Volume determines the texture of the cake. So you see that cakes that are lighter are mostly soft. And this is because air has been incorporated into it, a generous amount of air bubbles. So you want to incorporate a generous amount of air bubbles to maintain the cake's texture, regardless of how long you will be keeping the cake. So the more air bubbles, the softer the cake. Lastly, antimicrobials. This should be your last resort after you've ensured that proper sanitation is put in place and you're following proper sanitary practices. You checked your water activity, oxidation, your ingredients, and even the volume. Then you can resort to your antimicrobials. People have their reservations for using synthetic antimicrobials because of health concerns. So it's necessary to use organic preservatives. There are a variety of them, such as potassium sorbate or sorbic acid. Our extended course provides more information about this. These are a few points I'm highlighting to seeing how you can improve your cake shelf life. And I hope you consider some of these and put the necessary checks in place to extend your cake shelf life and to avoid mishaps in your bakery and in your industry. And if you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section. So have a lovely day. Bye.